All right, guys, we're back, and I have to admit, this dog is hyper excited for the food. And someone was like, he's going crazy for the chip. I said, yes, I'm hyper excited that I was able to shape that in the dog, to be honest with you. If you said to me, Akitas are not food driven and they're hard to train because of that, I would probably agree with you. I've got to ask Cattle, and his are probably food driven. I know they do fetch the ball and stuff, but I've structured this. Blaze! I'm looking only for very specific things I can engage the dog in. I'm not looking to run. Oh, you precious little monkey. I'm not looking to run through a obedience routine. And I do think that's what a lot of people. I've had another one of my epiphanies, Summer. Remember, I know nothing. So I, on a daily basis around here, have these epiphanies, at which point Summer thinks, yeah, I had that epiphany yesterday, you just forgot. But all through,
I don't think that.
You know, what a lot of people are doing with the dog on these demonstrations that I see are, quote unquote, running it through an obedience routine, not a practical application, life routine. Summer's like, okay, boring, in your place. God, please. She's like, what about that free lunch you promised me today?
Yeah. What is it again?
So that's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm looking, Blaze, for specific behaviors. One of them being this. Heel, and I can turn him right there with that pager. Good, good. Heel, I'm indicating with this arm that I want this behavior to continue. Good. Heel. And I've got a very, as you can see, specific sit I've added. I normally don't even do a sit. And I'm going to tell you why I did it with this dog. One, because Skip and Debbie are very special clients. But certain dogs, and Scarlet was that way too, have a sit-based structure. Summer's like, yeah. What? No, this is Summer behind the camera.
Yeah. She's wine is still.
I'm still drunk from last night.
So yeah. Wine's pouring out her pores.
But there, you know, he's naturally way more than Bumpers. Bumpers doesn't have a sit-based, and I'm working a train retrieve on Bumpers. He doesn't have a sit-based body. All right, so let me just, so that's what I'm thinking. And I'm not trying to run it as a routine. There's just little behaviors happening. In your place. In. Good. He started doing this on his own. All through, and he sleeps on that too sometimes. In your place. Oh, you precious little monkey. So again, I'm not trying to run it through an obedience retreat. The behavior is just moving over there. And it is like the recall. I see ants on the ground over there. There was ants in my shower this morning. I can tell you what I can. Summer's like, She's like,
there's ants
no
everywhere.
Ants in this chick's shower.
What kind of wine you guys were drinking?
All right, look. The Skinners are big wine connoisseurs. All right, look. So what I'm saying to myself is this is the opposite of the recall in the sense that in your place, you know, that denotes the end of the exercise. Just the dog getting up there. And I'm certainly not going to combine that with the recall. So now I've got that behavior that I'm working on. The other behavior that I have is a very special behavior. All right, so what the other behavior I've started him doing is going backwards. And you got to be careful because I wasn't doing it in a straight line. Let me get it. Sometimes you got to. So the way he knows it's backwards is really, the difference is, here, this is the sit. And I don't want you guys to worry about a big bunch of hand signals and stuff, because we're really mostly going to be speaking with the pager. And I'm not going to convolute it by, please, good, physically petting it. I'm going to keep it. Got my very specific turn. You can see it pulling right there. Good. Heel. All right, I'm going to do my sit. I'm going to do it by virtue of this hand going up. I'm going to wait till I'm coming back. Heel. Good. So this hand's going to go up. Sit. little flouncy bouncy. Good. And I manipulated him around. Because he was a little bit crooked, our bug guy's on the way over here to get the ants out of my phone. I rearranged it so, what you would never do is, oh, he sat crooked, now I'll add a correction. He doesn't have anything in his mind about any sitting crooked. All right, so the going backwards, though. Oh, you little precious monkey. So he's really, and I just started yesterday. I wasn't doing it right then, but I have started adding the pager to that. Because that's what I want you guys to think of. We're going to be pushing and pulling him with the pager. So right here, I'm pushing him with it. Oh, you precious little monkey. All right, guys, I can't tell, and he's doing just amazing with the recall. And he is suspicious. I'm going to tell you right now, if this bug guy was to come walking up right now, he wouldn't like him. He seems social, though, but I'm going to tell you, he's always going to be the type, and believe me, I got plenty of them here, too. That Elliot. If you want him not to like you, start picking up some kind of implement, shovel, rake, weed eater, or anything, and start walking around. I'll tell you who they don't like. Anyone like them.
Or just start walking around.
Yeah, I mean,
or just start walking.
The weed-eating guy, it all seems to have sort of a aggressive, sort of look to it.
Blaze is suspicious of me cleaning the bathroom.
Yeah, no, and the vacuum and all that stuff.
He just wants to know what I'm doing in your room. And he comes in.
Recent studies have shown that the majority of men using weed eaters at lawn services in Florida are convicted felons. Summer's like, all right, guys, we're gonna. Summer's like, I thought that was the people in the kitchen. No, I mean at Outback. All right, guys, we gotta get some more arty shots, because what my channel is really now devoted to is the art of dog training. And I actually used to know this guy, Art. His name is Art Washington. It's a really good backstory. We're going to have it on the show one day. I don't know where he's at now. But his name was Art. And so his whole thing was the art of dog training. Because, that really, it was considered...
Did he write a book? He should have wrote a book called that. It's a good name.
No, the book would have been called How to Crash and Burn at Dog Training. Yeah.
People would read it.
Your strap is obscuring the microphone.
People would probably read it.
Oh, yes, it had a lot of players. Michael Vick was one of the players. It was in Atlanta. He had this big kennel. It had a bone-shaped swimming pool. This has been years ago. He bought a bunch of dogs from me. He's a pretty cool guy, but he just couldn't, for whatever reason, the dog training business got a lot of used car salesman type personalities. Not as, and I'm not saying, oh, these people, oh, well, then that must be you. Well, I don't know. I more sell the new cars. But that, like in the 70s and stuff, there used to be this place, I don't even remember the name of it now, but, they would, they'd advertise in Dog World magazine. It was all these big ads. Don't live in fear,
What, of your dog? Don't live in fear of your dog?
Of the boogeyman.
Oh.
The boogeyman.
Oh, get a dog, so they're saying get a dog
not
instead.
a dog. These attack trained either Doberman, German Shepherd, or Rottweiler. It was really, there was no really, pit bulls had not even come into play really at that time. So that was the three, big protection breeds. But, it was sort of like the, that one you saw on Shark Tank. Training since then has really evolved and progressed because of the European influence. That's what changed our training of those kind of dogs. Back then, it was very, very crude. And so, yeah, I'm sure there were stories. I can't even remember the name of it, but it was, it was one of those very generic, something canine. I guess we got to go get. Anyway, that's. Summer's like, who cares?
This lens cap. Lens cap dirty.
We're gonna get some of our little art shots.
Alrighty.
And I'm gonna make sure Summer showcases my. Because on the show, my characters, that was my status update, though, that I put my character. This was the Cliff Notes version of the Dave situation. On the show, my character idolizes him. She bombards him with requests for YouTube, at which point he tells management, get rid of her, to no avail. That's the Cliff Notes version. If James Patterson said, give me the plot line of this story. So since, not got rid of her, if it was got rid of her, that would be the end of the story. So to no avail means Skip and Debbie are home saying, who cares?
That was Dave.
Bye, you guys.